So today I'm going to address a number of questions that I'm frequently asked now as it looks like we're kind of coming out of the pandemic and vaccinations are occurring and that kind of thing. Still a little bit of a ways to go, but how that's affected the world of freelancing. And the first and greatest thing that has happened is there were many naysayers in companies, nonprofits, government agencies that thought that people could never work at home effectively, that they kind of had to be in the office. And that has been completely disproven over the last year. There's been numerous studies that show that people working from home are more productive. You've seen a lot of the major corporations are letting certain classes of employees work from home for the next year or 2 years. And so there's just a phenomenal reset of the managerial mind that you don't have to have somebody sitting in front of you in order for them to be productive, which is great. And now is the perfect time to get involved because organizations are going to be increasingly turning to freelancers to supplement their workforce. Many of them have lost people. Many of them have downsized for a variety of reasons. And now what they've seen is that freelancing is a great way to bring flexibility to their workforce. They can have employees and they can fill in those peak periods or those specialized skills by bringing in people who are freelancers, and they bring people in just for the period that they need them. It might be a week, it might be a month, it might be a couple months, but then when their assignments are over, then they go back into the ranks of freelancers, and it doesn't create that ongoing burden in the company. So it's a great way for businesses to recover and be flexible and put the right person in the right job at the right time. And then the third question I'm often asked is, why are companies going to be crying out for people in the online research realm? And this is a very interesting situation that you and I have never faced in our lifetimes. Basically, as we come out of this pandemic, every single business, nonprofit, government organization has to change. They have to devise new systems for handling customers. They have to devise new systems for how their employees can work in a safe environment. And these are the kind of things that they're going to turn to freelancers and online researchers in particular in order to get that information. They need ideas, and those ideas don't exist. You can't go and take something pre-pandemic and drop that in as a best practice into your business right now because everything has changed. So this will be a big source of online research work, is looking for new business models, new tools to implement doing business in new ways. There will be online research as to what is the current standard. There's been a lot of questions as to, what are we doing now? What are the rules? What countries are open? What cities are open? Can I go to this facility and do business, or do I have to do business online? And all those issues have to be both disseminated to their audience. They look for good ways to do that, better ways to do that than they're doing now. And they are going to rely on the online researchers to bring that information to them. And a fourth question that I'm frequently asked, well, why won't those people just go online and look it up themselves? And there's a few reasons for that. The biggest one is they don't have time. They're bringing their business back up to speed, back up to full power, that kind of thing. And they are so busy doing that they don't have time to sit down and Google things and figure things out like that. The second thing is they're looking for somebody to give them perspective. And you bring knowledge, what we call domains of knowledge, to the equation when you're doing online research work. And if you spent, 10 or 20 or 30 years in the pharmaceutical industry, you've got a lot of knowledge there. If you've been in the construction industry, you've got a lot of knowledge there. If you've been in the retail merchandise industry, you've got a lot of knowledge there about how that works. and you have the basis to do that kind of work to, number one, find the volume of information, and most importantly, organize it in a way that makes sense. And this is the real value of the researcher. And one of the things that we teach in our programs, as most important, is helping that business person, that nonprofit organization person, that government person, help them figure out what are the best practices that might make the most sense in their situation, and present that to them in an organized way. So we see lots of demand coming for online research as we come out of this unprecedented amount of change that every organization is going to have to make in a very short period of time. Thank you.